Hi and welcome to my channel. In this video I want to talk about Razor directives and how they work in the background. In every project that you have in ASP.NET Core, you have views, whether it's views like old views, MVC views, or Razor page views. And in views, we use different directives. Like if I check this error CSHTML in here, you can see that there is @sign model and you represent the model inside a view using this directive. There are other directives too, like @sign using or @sign inject, or this is also a directive in some ways. We have @sign functions directive, and in this video I want to check this out and see what is the meaning of these directives and what goes behind the scenes when you are using these. So to begin with, let's go to index.cshtml file and remove everything that is in here. And let's just add an h1 welcome and save everything. I want to make sure that there are no lines or spaces after this h1, and then I save the file. And next we would want to build the project. So I come down here and use .NET build to build the project and see the binary files. So let's find what we have just built. Let's go to bin folder in File Explorer and debug net5, and now I have a DLL file, which is my main file, main project file, and also we have a .views.dll file. In ASP.NET Core, I think after version 2, by default your views compiles to libraries like .views.dll. You can change the behavior by change the settings in your CS project file, but it's a good thing to have a bundle of all your views in one file that is pre-generated, pre-built, and you can just use it when your application is running. In the old way, we had this views folder, and all the views was there separately, and the extension was .cshtml. You could open them up and edit them and save them, and it would work. But in the new version of ASP, the ASP that I'm talking about, this behavior has changed by default, and you get a binary file for all your views. So let's check this file out and see what is happening inside this file. So inside .pig, I use file open to open my views.dll, and inside this file, inside ASP.NET Core, you can see all the views that are in your project. If I check it in here, it's the same views that you have here. Gets built into this DLL file, and you can have them inside .pig. So I'm interested in home index. Let's decompile resources for this file, and this is what you get with ASP.NET Core. All your views gets compiled into classes, and views are inheriting from Razor page class, and there are other views too. Let's decompile resources for view start. Yes, all of them are inheriting from Razor page, and inside this Razor page or in views home index, you can see that there's an execute async method, and your code that has been in here comes right in right literal. And the other important thing is this method is async, so your views run asynchronously in the background. That's an important fact. This was not the case in older versions, and resulted in some performance issues and bugs. But in later versions, this is what is happening. So Razor SDK is the tool that makes all these things happen. Your views, the code that you are working on here, and the extension is CSHTML, at the end compiles to C# classes. So let's see more. Let's add a model in here and call it book. So I created this book model with few properties, and let's add this model to our view. Let's add sign model and use book, and let's just build a project again and see what has changed. So I'm back inside .py. Let's close all other files and decompile sources for this view again. I'm not sure if I did it right. Okay, so this time the Razor page is using this book class that we created. So before this it was an empty object. It was object, general object. Razor page is a generic class, and you can change the type with any type that you are working on. So for different views you have different models, and at the end the model you specify inside your views gets used inside Razor page generic type. And we can use different directives here. Let's add a for loop and count from 0 to 10, and use a span to print it out. So let's save it and let's build it again, check it in .py. So this time our add sign for loop is showing inside execute async, and it is just what you expect. There's a right literal, and the I parameter in here is being cast into object and being written to the final rendered HTML, and we have another right literal to end each line. So nothing weird is going on. Again, your C# code is the same, but Razor SDK is doing its job and converting your simple C# code into what could be understood by the rendering engine. And for the last demo, let's add some functions, because in functions you can add methods and run it inside your views. It's not the best practice to use functions inside your views, but it happens all the time. At the end, sometimes we need this kind of functionality inside our views. So let's introduce a new method, public bool is even and int number. So if number 2 equals 0, return true, return false. That's not the case. So we are checking if a number is even or not, and let's build a project. Let's use it and build a project. So I can use this method inside my for loop, and let's build a project again. So I decompiled my index view again, and as you can see, we have our function here, and it is being used like this in here. So you can understand that the methods that you create under assign functions directive at the end become a method of the view class that is being generated. And C# compiler does a good job of refining the code and cleaning up like this. So that's it for today. I tried to show you how Razor directives work. I showed you a couple of examples. You can use assign inherit directive to change the class that this home index is inheriting from, and in that way you can use a custom made class just for your own project and add anything you like to it. I hope I could make another video about this and explain it more, but for now I'm done, and thanks for watching.